Now we'll go on to something really creative, machine embroidery. Although this is a basic model, it does have a plate that allows you to do free machine embroidery. So there's two methods. This way we are taking the foot off completely, so we're unscrewing the foot holder and taking the presser foot off, and we'll be using a frame. So to cover up the teeth, called the feed dog, we are using the little plate that comes with your kit. There's two holes in the presser foot, so it allows you to just clip in your plate to those holes and just snap it in place and pick up your bottom thread. And then put your threads to the back. Have your work on a frame nice and tight, and that presser foot still needs to be lowered even though we've not got a foot on it. So we're going to pick up our thread from the bottom, so just pull that through. Remember, with this method you must keep your hands on the outside of the frame because you can run over your fingers. So we're doing a few securing stitches and then we can just cut off the thread. You'll only need straight stitch or zigzag for free machine embroidery. So I use straight stitch for going around the outside, and because we have that plate on now, we are in full control, moving backwards and forwards whichever way we want to. So I use the outlining for the straight stitch, move to a zigzag for filling in. So when we're using our filling in stitch, I'd be using a rayon machine embroidery thread, which has got a nice silky finish, not ordinary sewing thread. I often get asked about monogramming. Letters only come in the more expensive machines, but it is possible to do some monogramming with free machine embroidery. So I've used a very small zigzag and just at a slant, and we're just stitching around the letters a couple of times to give definition. With a more expensive model you get a drop feed, so you get a button to drop those teeth instead of using a plate, and you can use an optional hopper darner foot so you can machine without a frame. And finally then, the twin needles. It doesn't have a twin needle in the pack, but that is why you've got two spool holders. So we put two threads onto the spool holders and we thread them simultaneously through the machine like we did in the beginning setup. The twin needle has got a single shank with it, so it fits in exactly the same as a single needle. When we get down to the bottom, the left thread goes into the left and the right thread goes into the right. This allows you to work on stretchy fabric and also to do top stitching on suiting.